The Yu-Gi-Oh! Trading card game has over 10,000 unique cards for players to collect, trade, and construct their own personal decks. But what would happen if players only had access to the bare minimum? In this series, both the TheRJB0 and myself will each open a very select amount of sealed product. Once we open that product, we must build a deck using only those specific cards pulled, that's it. And at the end of each episode, we discard the entirety of our pulls to the graveyard and start from scratch with a new product. Every card counts. This is Yu-Gi-Oh! Sealed Showdown. If you want 5% off any singles or sealed product, click the affiliate links in the description and use code CIMOOOOO5. And clicking the TCG Player affiliate link before you shop helps support us to provide you with more amazing content. Sealed Showdown has been incredible since starting 5Ds, and although I always have some skepticism, I think Absolute Powerforce is going to kick ass. There are a ton of very playable cards throughout this entire set, which can lead to a wide myriad of different strategies between both RJ and myself. So 24 packs of Absolute Powerforce, let's get to cracking, see what we get in the first pack, and just off the bat, we already have some very playable cards. So I'm going to go ahead and highlight a few of them here, at least the ones that I remember. I think 5 of these cards are immediately playable. So Widespread Dud says select 2 face-up attack position monsters on the field. When any of the selected monsters are removed from the field, destroy this card. When this card's destroyed, destroy the selected monsters. So it's like weird conditional removal, but honestly for sealed, it's good enough. Bicular says when it's destroyed by battle and sent to grave, special summon a Unicycler from your hand or deck. Now this sounds terrible, but if you're trying to stick a tribute monster, anything that acts as a pseudo recruiter is actually quite good. Fire Ant Ascator is actually a pretty decent card because in tandem with the other cards in this archetype, actually just allows you to keep resurrecting things back to the field a la Recruiter. We have Drill Synchron, which if we pull Drill Warrior, that would be absurd. That's just a great tuner to have. And Inverse Universe says switch the attack and defense of all face-up effect monsters on the field. This is just the prologue for the entire set. I mean, all the cards are pretty much this playable, which is going to make this incredibly exciting.
How do you beat that? How do you beat a power of anime protagonist luck so strong that you always draw the one of that loses you the game, and he always draws the one of that wins him the game? It feels unbeatable, but I will say, after the match, we discussed it a little bit, and I found out that he didn't know that you could send cards for Scrubbed Raid on your turn. And he also didn't know that you could activate Miracle Locust outside of the battle and damage step, which means there was a world where if I kept my cool and kept up the ruse, I could have cheesed him with 3 Miracle Locusts. Perhaps the way to beat anime protagonist luck is to keep your head in the game and to know that any game is winnable, and to look out for opportunities to cheese your opponent. Let's get into this week's pack, because Absolute Powerforce is a crazy one. There is removal out the wazoo, all kinds of back row, all kinds of strategy, and I want to see what we get. Gale Dogra, arguably the worst rare in the set, not great during the previous formats, but very good during the TCG. Reptilian Naga and Power Invader, however, are things I'm definitely looking out for. Reptilian Naga can help us get rid of monsters. Power Invader is just a normal summonable dude who's very large. Apaketaquil? I got this right when I was looking this up. Apaketaquil is very good. It's a 14 or an 1800 level 4, which is great. Changing Destiny, also very good.
And the playable cards continue. We have Pandaborg, which is another recruiter sort of card, but actually is 1700 attack. When it's destroyed by battle and sent to grave, pay 800, special summon a level 4 psychic monster from your deck. I'm not sure what other psychics are in the set, but this counts itself, which is crazy. And then Reptilian Vasky is actually just insane if you're able to summon it. There are some more Reptilian cards, maybe not as good as a few sets ago, but you can special summon it by attributing 2 face-up monsters with 0 attack from anywhere on the field. And once per turn, you can select and destroy 1 face-up monster your opponent controls. That's that's it. There can only be one of this on the field. 2,600. This is a huge bomb, and if we can build around it, that's great. I cannot believe that is our secret rare. I don't know why they thought a card that can't be killed in battle twice was worth taking up the secret rare slot. Funny enough, in sealed though, this may actually be worth playing, but that's just awful. It's not even a tuner, which is terrible. But we did get the Supe, which does go with our little Temple of the Sun sort of theme here if we do decide to go down that route. Reptilian Rage is also another incredible card that I want to talk about. It's an equipped spell that reads, the equipped monster becomes reptile type. It gains 800 attack. If it's destroyed and sent to the graveyard, target a face a monster your opponent controls, it loses 800 attack. This also works by game mechanics as well, which means that if Robert kills anything with Reptilian Rage equipped to it, one of his monsters is going to lose 800, which means our next threat can easily hit over it. And I also don't want to forget Changing Destiny, which is just a battle trick as well. I mean, this set is stacked.
Pack number 2, Shieldworm is a 2000 defender, and it's an insect for Lair Wire, which is a card we'll be looking for 3 copies of. Reptilian Gardna is a very powerful 2000 defender that's also a recruiter, and not just a battle recruiter. Another copy of our level 4 1800 friend, Apocatequill. Gonna get that right before the games start. Reptilian Vasky in the rare slot is very, very strong. We are looking for at least 2 copies of this card. Partners very well with Reptilian Naga, which I am also hoping to get 3 of. Witch of the Black Rose is funny, but probably not the ultra rare we're looking for. Inverse Universe and Lair Wire are both very strong. I am looking for 3 copies of both of those cards. Great things to do instead of just attacking. Reptilian Naga, great to see a second copy of that. Again, we are looking for 3.
Some more fantastic cards here. Weeping Idol is a monster that we can resurrect if we banish a tuner from our graveyard, again, giving us tribute fodder potentially. Lair Wire is removal if we play insects, which there are a few and far between in this set compared to some of the other ones that were more spider focused. I say that in Gale Doggers on the screen, but there aren't as many as there are in the other sets. But the fact that this is just straight up removal makes this very tempting. Another Fire Ant, another Pandaborg, Bicular, and then Tricular as well. Tricular is the same thing as Bicular, except it summons Bicular instead of the Unicycler or whatever the card is. So they basically just chain into one another. Again, we need a payoff in the tribute department to make this worth it, but the fact we constantly get cards on the field makes this quite good.
Visor Death is okay, but Alien Brain is crazy. Another card we're looking for 3 of. This card is Snatch Steal if your opponent runs over one of your reptiles, and that's pretty good, I hear. A second Power Invader is great as well. Chimera, the flying mythical beast. Man, some of the rares in this set are great, and some of them are deeply suspect. Another Reptilian Gardna is great, though. And another Visor Death in the rare slot is not ideal, but in the common, we did get Forgotten Temple of the Deep, which is very strong in combination with Kodara's. Rocket Pilder is also an interesting battle trick if you have multiple monsters on the board. Shredder is pretty good if we get some machines to work with it. It's very important to be able to get rid of monsters by card effect because Reptilian Naga is battle immune. Magic Hole Golem, aside from being a very funny name, is 2000 defense and a level 3, which could come up for our synchro pulls.
Gravekeeper's Priestess is our super rare. I don't think we'll be playing this, sadly, even though Gravekeeper's Descendant is in here. There aren't enough Gravekeepers to really facilitate that, but it is removal, so we will consider it to a degree. Power Invader is actually the card I want to talk about here. This is a 2200 monster that says if your opponent controls 2 or more monsters, you can normal summon this without tributing. Even without that effect, I may still play this because it's a 2200 tribute, which makes all of our recruiter type cards actually have some sort of win condition to funnel into.
Pack number 8, we have Jin Prognosticator of Rituals. Not ideal unless we see the big ritual guy that we get in the set. Widespread Dud is a very powerful card. Any Chain Beat players in the chat will recognize this one. Basically lets us get rid of 1 monster on our opponent's side of the field, either at the cost of one of our own or at the cost of one of Alex's that we're already going to be running over. Consecrated Light is an interesting card, although I'm not sure it's going to be useful in this set because of all the Earths that exist. Fire Ant Ascator is going to be really good if we get a synchro to work with it. We have Saberhole, which is a terrible card in this format because we don't have any X-Sabers to work with, and even if we had the X-Saber in this set, we probably wouldn't end up running it. Gravekeeper's Descendant is also an interesting rare here. Reptilian Naga, got 3 of those, glad to see 3 of those.
Machine Assembly Line is quite an interesting card. So the Unicycler, Bicular, Tricular cards are actually all machines, and there's a few other ones as well. And so with that, Machine Assembly Line is a continuous spell that gives all machines 200 attack, and each time a face-up machine is destroyed by battle or card card effect, you place 2 junk counters on this card. You can send this card to the grave, target a machine who is in the graveyard whose level is less than or equal to the counters on this, and special summon it. So there is some setup here, and I'm not sure if there's a machine that's worth paying off to go into, but this is a way to have some graveyard recursion, which is pretty sick.
We're about a third of the way through so far, and I haven't really seen much as far as a coherent strategy. We have our Reptilian Vasky and our 3 Nagas. I would like to see a last Reptilian Gardna and at least 1 more Vasky. Pandaborg is a pretty alright card. Lairwire, glad to see the 3rd copy of that card, and Weeping Idol is a potentially good extender. Dark Bug, an insect monster that can bring back level 3 tuners, which could be relevant depending on the synchros that we pull. Another Inverse Universe, and I think we're full up on Lairwires, but we got another Widespread Dud and another Rocket Builder, all of which are very strong. Informer Spider, also an interesting card. This card is material for Lairwire and has the potential to snatch Steel Defense position monsters, which is great.
Yo! Ultimate Rare Battle Fader. We're definitely playing this. This is a card that Robert will not expect because this is regularly an ultra rare, and so the fact that we have this, if he thinks he's going to kill us on a clear board, it's not happening. There's a Descendant in the rare as well. Again, I don't think we have enough Gravekeeper support to really facilitate that, even though this is removal, and I have played things as bad as like Gemini Spark in the past, but at least that's a spell. Descendant, you need another monster, so that's a taller order. Another Reptilian Rage as well, we will take it.
We have another Dark Bug in the rare slot. Wow, we've been getting weird rares. Our 3rd Widespread Dud, though, is great. We're halfway through, and I'm really starting to feel suspect about this set. While our traps have been really strong, we haven't gotten a lot of proactivity to work with, and I'm hoping that that shows up in the second half. There's a second Reptilian Vasky and a second Saber Hole. We've also got our 1800 attacking friend, and that's about it for this pack. 2 Reptilian Vasky, though, is extremely strong. If we get the 3rd, we're going to have the makings of a very strong deck. Pack number 14, we have Drill Synchron, an interesting rare, useful if we get Drill Warrior, but that is an Ultra. So I really hope we get it anyway. Kodaris is a great card. I am looking to see 3 of this card. You can send your Forgotten Temple of the Deep to the graveyard to send 2 other cards on the field to the graveyard. Not only does it take out 2 cards, but it doesn't even destroy them, so it doesn't trigger the Reptilian Gardna that we pulled just now. Changing Destiny is a great card. Don't know how many of these I've seen so far, but it's extremely strong, and I hope to see 3.
This is just like the defense pack because Reptilian Gardna, Magic Hole Golem, and Shield Worm all have 2,000 defense. They also all have respective effects, but I'm not really sure how relevant they are. It depends on the way that our deck looks. Another Widespread Dud, Bicular. We have a Supe, a Power Invader as well, and the Unicycular as well. So, I mean, this is just like exactly what we want to see. We're not even halfway through, and we already have probably a very competent deck.
Pack number 15, there's a 3rd Reptilian Vasky. Okay. We have a strategy to work with. 3 Reptilian Vasky is extremely strong. I'm not sure how much of it we're going to be seeing, but with Magic Hole Golem being a 0 attack point monster and a number of cards in our deck that make 0 attack point monsters, Reptilian Vasky should be a relatively easy thing for us to put on. All right, pack number 17, another Visor Death is not ideal. We've also been getting Gravekeeper Stells. We haven't been seeing a lot of Descendants to make this worthwhile, though. Pack number 17, we have another Reptilian Gardna and another Kodaris. Not sad to see those cards. Those are the bread and butter that we are really, really hoping to get out of this set.
Oh my god. We got a Synchro, but it's not the one I was hoping we would get. Majestic Red Dragon. This does allow us to play Majestic Dragon, Red Dragon Archfiend, so that's pretty sick, but I don't even know if we can even feasibly summon this card. Oh my god, that would be insane if we could. However, we did get another Power Invader, another Fire Ant, and Rocket Pliter is an interesting equip as well. So we got the Ghost Rare, but I think I'm more excited about these other cards. Second copy of Gravekeeper's Priestess. Again, we have the Descendants, but again, I just don't think we can really protect a Priestess and then summon Descendant to get a pop.
All right. Next pack, we have a Shield Worm. Another 2,000 Defender is not terrible to see. There's another Infirmer Spider, which is great, and another Forgotten Temple of the Deep. We have at least 2 of those and at least 2 Kodaris, which is going to be very important. We're coming to the end of this set, and I gotta say, I'm pretty happy with our pulls so far. Our commons are looking pretty decent. Our rare luck is finally starting to look up, and although our holos aren't really anything to write home about, I really can't complain given that our holos have done us no good in the last 5 episodes. Pack 19, we have another Jin Prognosticator of Rituals. We have 4 more packs. Again, I'm looking to round out our commons. Another Kodaris and another Forgotten Temple of the Deep would be great. Some Ultras would be really cool, but honestly, probably not even necessary at this point. We've got a Shield Worm. Sure, that I'll take. It's another 2000 Defender, which is okay.
Yo, there's the Drill Warrior. Let's fucking go. That card is so good in this format. We have Drill Synchron as well, which might be a rare, so that wasn't guaranteed. It requires Drill Synchron and any other non-tuner monster, so it's very easy to make. This card is a disaster for Robert to deal with. This is super easy to make too. Oh, I am so hyped for this. God, 3 copies of Priestess, and I think we have 2 or 3 Descendants as well. I may have to consider that, because that just seems too tempting.
Pack number 21, we have Darkbug, another card I don't expect to be running, but we're definitely full up on Inverse Universes now, which is great. Pack 22 is a Shield Worm and a Magic Call Golem, which is not terrible. We're full up on Lair Wires, and I think we're full up on Alien Brains now, and Changing Destiny, so our trap cards are looking very good. Last 2 packs, what can we get in the close? A Reptilian Rage is a genuinely good common that I was a little bit worried we weren't going to see any copies of. It is an 800 attack boost, which is very, very strong. And for our last pack, can we get that common luck again? Doesn't look like it. Not a lot of green cards here. That's okay. Our rare luck has been fairly solid, and we've got most of the commons we want. Let's get into deck build.
All right, you guys, only a few packs left of Absolute Powerforce. I don't think it could get any better because we got the Drill Warrior. I stand corrected. A Moondragon Keela. We will take it. I think we also have the materials to make this because I think you need a Supe and a non-tuner monster. So that actually gives us incentive to play the Supe. This is pretty sick. We actually have some viable synchros now as well to make our deck even stronger, just when I didn't think it could get much better. Second to last pack, can we keep it up? Doesn't look like it. This pack actually looks like it's terrible. I think we're good on Power Invaders, but last pack, come on. Let's see something good in the close. I think Gravekeeper Stele, and yeah, nothing else really too good. I think we have most of this already, but wow, this set is going to be fucking amazing. Let's get to deck building.
In a shocking reversal of normal RJ luck, I seem to have pulled most of the good commons and rares and not a single playable holo, which is probably good for me, honestly. No big holos, no flashy strategies means I'm just sticking to what this set does best. And what this set does best is Reptilian Vasky. This card is unbelievably powerful, being able to tribute off your opponent's monsters as its tribute fodder to special summon it incredibly, and it gets rid of a monster on the field for free every single turn. This card is extremely powerful, and I have 3 of it, which is wild. Next, we have 3 Reptilian Guard. Now, I cannot believe this card can search for Vasky. It's also very funny with Inverse Universe because it can gain 2000 attack. Next, we have triple Reptilian Naga. This card is very important for the deck, not only because it creates Vasky instantly upon its use, but also because it's good for getting over monsters. In a deck that's as threat light as mine is, it's important to be able to reduce your opponent's attack to 0. Next, we have 2 Power Invader. This card is very strong. It's normal summonable if your opponent has at least 2 monsters, but honestly, I'm probably just going to be tributing off a Naga in order to make it, which is perfectly fine. Next, we have 3 Apakata Quill, which is an 1800 attacker, and that's pretty good. Next, we have double Pandaborg. It's only 17, but it's also a floater, and in the attack margins that we have to work with, 17 isn't terrible. Next, we have double Kodaris. I really wish I got 3 copies of this card, but double will do fine. This card is extremely powerful. Now, you may think that Shredder is like a slightly more consistent, higher attack version of this, and you're right, but it's significantly less powerful because Shredder has to target level 4 or lower monsters, because I'm only running level 4 or lower machines, and it only sends 1 monster to the graveyard rather than 2 of any card on the field. Next, we have triple Magic Hull Golem. This card has a little bit of an upside in addition to its 2000 defense and 0 attack, but mostly it is a way of getting Vasky onto the field. Triple Shield Worm is probably the best Lair Wire target we could get. It can also help us prevent losing by deck out. Next, we have double Reptilian Rage. This card is very powerful, gives you 800 attack, takes away 800 attack from your opponent's monster. Triple Changing Destiny is just a way to block attacks and get a little bit of an upside. In addition, triple Inverse Universe. This is the funniest card in the set. I really plan to use this card as little as possible. I want to be the last person to use it in any given situation, because if your opponent flips your attack and defense and then you flip them back, your opponent was probably making moves relying on their attack and defense being flipped, which means that if you flip the attack and defense right back, then that move goes away. Incredibly powerful card, and I intend to be conserving it as much as possible. Triple Widespread Dart is kind of like bad Michizure. Double Lair Wire is extremely powerful, but we only have 3 insects in the main deck. I have 1 extra in the side deck and 1 extra Lair Wire in case I think it's just too good, but I really wanted to keep things as tight as possible in the main deck. 1 Alien Brain. I don't expect Alex is going to be attacking over my reptiles very much, at least game 1, since he'll probably be expecting the Alien Brain anyway. I've got the others in the side deck in case that becomes untrue. And 2 Forgotten Temple of the Deep. Our side deck is largely about modulating things around whether or not I want to be attacking more. And then there's Gundari and Nature's Reflection. These are for very specific situations. Nature's Reflection is good against the burn trap that exists in this set, which deals 2,000 damage at a time, which is pretty incredibly powerful. And Gundari is for dealing with synchros. And of course, we have to have the Chimera, the flying mythical beast, in the extra deck. This deck is really interesting. This is going to be a very tough deck to pilot and a very difficult episode as far as like mental engagement goes. So I am looking forward to playing the games. Let's see what Alex built.
I don't know what to say. This looks like a good deck for once. In Sealed Showdown, it's a miracle. We did it. This deck is actually kind of cracked. Now, I will say the one flaw of this set, there are a lot of playable cards. I think what's really lacking are the payoffs. Obviously, we have payoffs in the form of synchros, but main deck payoffs are pretty hard to come by, and there's a lot of like weird forms of like battle tricks and removal that can sort of thwart a lot of this. So let's do the card by card and talk about what we've got going on here. So first up, we have 3 of this card. I don't even know how to pronounce this card's name, but basically it's an 1800 that's level 5 if there's a tuner on the field, which in combination with Supe means that we can go for our level 6 Moondragon here. Now, the Moondragon effect is largely irrelevant. What's most important about Moondragon is that it's 2500 attack, but also 2000 defense. And why that matters is because with a card like Inverse Universe in the format, this card is going to be very annoying because attack and defense stats are going to be swapping all over the place. And so as a result of that, this will have 2000 attack even after an Inverse Universe, which will still stand up to most things in the set. The problem is with this card, a lot of the monsters have really high attack and no defense, or the opposite, right? So that's where the synchros can actually sort of be quite good, because if you're able to stick one, they're really hard to get rid of, even with a card like this in the format. Yeah, there's other removal as well, but this is one thing I'm particularly concerned with. This is also just an 1800 though, which is good by itself. We do have the 1 Battle Fader just because we know Robert's not going to expect it. Only 1 Drill Synchron, but honestly, that's fine. The biggest issue with this is that Drill Warrior is a 6, and there's not many good level 3, so we are playing 3 Magic Hole Golem, and so as a result of that, this is going to be our main line to get into Drill Warrior, just because it can stand up to most things turn 1. We summon Drill Warrior, or Drill Synchron rather, turn 2, make Drill Warrior, and we're off to the races. I'm playing an Informer Spider. I want 1 more insect to make Lair Wire a little bit more live, but this card's also kind of good. If it gets killed by an opponent's card effect, you can take control of the defense position monster your opponent controls. Actually, it doesn't say opponents. It can be by any card effect, which means we could possibly widespread dud our own Informer Spider to then take one of RJ's monsters, which is quite funny. We've got 3 Pandaborg just because it's like the best recruiter in the entire set. 3 Power Invader. Power Invader seems really good until you remember Inverse Universe is here, so this thing will have 0 attack sometimes, and that really sucks. 3 Reptilian Naga. This is very good because it can make the attack of monsters that attack at 0. It has a very bad downside during your next end phase. It goes to attack position, but we do have some ways to be able to protect Reptilian Naga, and primarily we have this because of Reptilian Vasky. Now, this may sound like a tall ask because you need to tribute 2 face-up monsters with 0 attack to be able to special summon this, but this counts anywhere on the field, so not just my monsters, I can tribute RJ's monsters for this as well. And in addition to that, there are a lot of monsters that have 0 attack in this set. Reptilian Naga, Magic Hole Golem, we have the Reptilian Gardna. There's a lot of just 2k defenders that naturally have 0 attack. But also, you have to consider Inverse Universe can make something like Power Invader also have 0 attack as well. And so there's actually quite a few combinations of ways we can get to this. And yes, Vasky does have 0 defense herself, so under Inverse Universe, this is a disaster. But if we don't have to deal with that, 2600 is probably one of the biggest attack lines in the entire set. And this thing also just destroys a monster once per turn. Basically, it's like Master Gig, but just harder to summon. So honestly, that's worth it. We have Shield Wing, which is Probably not that good, but the fact it just can't be killed twice per turn means Robert needs 3 monsters on the field if he wants to get past this. So this could buy us time just sitting in defense position. We have 3 Shield Worm. This card's quite good in particular, not because it's a 2K defender, but because it's an insect. And Layer Wire says remove from playing insect monster from your grave to select a monster your opponent controls and destroy it. So essentially, because we have Shield Worm, we can play Layer Wire, and otherwise we wouldn't be able to because there aren't any other really good insects or many other insects in the set for that matter to be able to accompany this. Then we have the 3 Supe. I want to max out on this because I want to try to get to Moondragon Keela as fast as possible. So this is a bit of a dead card, but honestly, it's fine. We have 3 Reptilian Rage for the spells. This is another just fantastic removal card. 2 Changing Destiny. We wish we would have gotten 3 of this, but honestly, it's fine. It's not like the best card. It's okay. 3 Inverse Universe, 3 Layer Wire for removal, and 3 Widespread Dud for additional removal, because this basically is a 1 for 2 as long as we can clear one of the monsters. Then for the side deck, we have 2 Kodaris as well as 3 Forgotten Temple of the Deep, which counts as Umi. This is more removal, and so honestly, I've played worse shit, like playing Gemini Spark and the like, so I don't really see why I wouldn't consider playing this as well, because if I just send Forgotten Temple of the Deep for Kodaris, I get to pop 2 cards. That seems pretty strong. I have 3 copies of Gundari in here, so this card is interesting because when it battles a Synchro monster, it bounces both itself and the monster back to their owner's hands, and because of Inverse Universe and some of the weird like battle tricks we have, there could be a world that if Robert has like a Synchro turbo strategy of sorts, we could have Gundari come in out of the side to ensure that no matter what, we should be able to get the Synchro off the field, because we're not going to be able to predict if he has Inverse Universe, if he has like anything else. And yeah, sure, if he has to use removal on Gundari, that's also fine, but it bypasses needing to have a bigger dude to kill the Synchro. And so I find that rather fascinating. I have 3 Reptilian Gardna if I want to have some more 2K defenders. This also can search the Naga, which is quite interesting. And also, if Inverse Universe is as good as it probably is, this is a 2K attacker after an Inverse Universe, which means we have 9 2K defenders in our deck at post board, which means we'd be able to actually get some large dudes in very easily. 2 Rocket Pilder. This is a card that is Rocket Warrior's effect in a spell. It's a bit conditional, but it's actually not terrible. The 3 Forgotten Temple for the Kodaris, and then we have 2 Psy Curse, which is sort of like Sakuretsu armor, but only for Pandaborg exactly. But it's more removal, and honestly, we'll take it. The extra deck we're probably never going to summon apart from Drill Warrior and the Moondragon. I'm not going for the Majestic Red. There's no shot we can make this. So guys, I cannot wait to see what Robert cooked up for this episode. This is going to be a disaster, and I cannot wait to see how it pans out. So ladies and gentlemen, let's not make you wait any longer. It's time to duel. Robert, can you believe it? We have actual playable cards for once. Half of the set is like real shit.
Yeah, we've got like all the commons are, you know, have situations in which I can reasonably imagine we would use them. It's nuts.
Yeah. It's just so surreal that a core set of all things actually contains this many cards. I gotta say, Absolute Powerforce, you know, these may not be the most game-breaking cards, right? But I wish other core sets looked like Absolute Powerforce, because then I think every single core set we did throughout the series would actually be a lot more exciting by comparison.
For sure.
All right, well, with that said, let's shout the patron. It is Intellectual Eldritch Enthusiast. Thank you for the support. Let's see if we can win that rock, paper, scissors, buddy.
Okay.
The die is my domain,
I have been destroyed
Robert.
by
Put the die
contradiction
away.
in terms from our patron name.
So I will go ahead and...
Oh, what is that extra deck?
Don't worry about my extra deck, Robert. Do not worry about my extra deck. Okay, main phase 1. I need to think how I want to do this. I think I am going to simply start with a set and a pass. Shocking, I know.
I'm
hyped up the set, and this is all I do. This is very
and
boring.
Appalled. Let's see what we want to do here. Normal summon a Pocket Quill.
Okay, that's fine.
Well, let's go to battle phase and see what you have face down there.
It is my magic hole.
Oh,
Golem,
the magic
take
hole has
200.
appeared. All right, I'll take my 200. Main phase 2, I am going to set a back row and pass turn.
That's perfectly fine. I will draw. And Robert, you idiot. I will normal summon Drill Synchron.
Oh,
and we will synchro for the Drill Warrior.
He is a big boy.
He is a big boy. Let's try for it. I'm down.
I'll take 600. Okay.
That you will. And now you have to deal with Drill Warrior. Best of luck.
Draw for turn. Alex. Really? This kind of mistake out of you? I'm going to normal summon Reptilian Naga.
Okay.
I'm going to go to battle phase. Let's attack in. I'll take 2400.
You go ahead and do that, buddy. That's perfectly fine.
All right, at the end of the battle phase, your Duel Warrior will be 0 attack, and I will send it to the graveyard alongside my Naga for a Reptilian Vasky.
Okay.
And
that's, I mean, you had to have both of these cards in all fairness,
it's true.
just saying.
It's all you.
Okay, we'll go ahead and draw that in that case. Main one, I have to deal with fucking Vasky. This is not gonna
Pretty
be fun.
good.
I think I'm just gonna have to set one and pass, buddy.
That is not terribly surprising. Let's see. So, the chances that you've got yourself a Naga face down are not terribly high, but they do exist. So the real thing here is that the biggest chance is that you got a 2000 defender, because there are like 5 2000 defenders in this set, and there are only 3 copies of Reptilian Naga. But it's also kind of a big deal if I just walk my Vasky into a Naga.
Why do you say that, Robert?
Because it turns out Vasky is a very powerful card that becomes significantly less powerful when it's 0/0. Let's try running out Pandaborg.
Okay, that's fine.
I'll go to battle. I'll attack in with Pandaborg.
And you are correct. It is a 2K defender.
Okay.
The Shield Worm.
I'll take 300, and then I'll attack in with Vasky.
Sure. See, this is interesting, right? Because it's almost like you want to check for Naga every time before attacking with your big dude. So normally you attack with the big monster to get the damage in, but yeah, set monsters have a different dynamic in this set.
Absolutely. Main phase 2, I am going to set a back row, and it is your go.
Must be nice to have back row. I wouldn't know what
It's very
that's
nice
like.
to have back row.
Yeah, main 1. It's not looking good, buddy. I'm just gonna set and pass. Go ahead.
Okay, let's draw for turn. Interesting. I like this move. I am going to go to battle, and we're just going to do the same thing again this time.
You're taking another 3.
I will take 300. I'm just like eating damage for the sake of not running into a Naga, but you know, so far so good. You're only going to have so many 2000 defenders, and eventually I will have another monster to summon. I'm going to set a monster and I'm going to pass.
Eventually he will. Okay. Main phase 1.
It's also really funny that Vasky only destroys face-up monsters. So if you just keep setting things, I'm just going to get no value out of her effect.
I know. It's so... it's wild, actually. Let me think. I think I'm going to set one, throw it to you.
Let's draw for turn. That's an interesting one. I think that there's a good reason for me to try for this one. I'm going to tribute summon Power Invader, which gets over 2,000 defenders. So we will go to battle, and I will attack into your face-down monster.
Anything on attack deck?
Nothing on attack deck.
Anything in damage step as we flip up the Apocatequil?
Nothing in damage step on flip.
Okay, I have inverse universe.
Okay, so I will take 1,200 here because...
You will take 1,800.
Oh, 1,800 because I have to do math
All
here.
monsters.
And then main phase 2, we are going to declare Vasky, targeting a Pocket Quill. Let's shift our monsters to defense here.
Okay, so she's 2,600 defense. Panda's 1,700 defense.
Yes, and I will set another back row and pass.
This man in his back row. All right, main 1. I'm probably gonna never have a better shot to do this. Normal Power Invader.
He's a big dude.
Into yours.
Inverse universe?
Oh, you just fucking drew it, you asshole! Fuck. Yeah, okay.
All right.
You didn't have it before. I was like, if he has it, he's going to use it in response to mine so that everything still sticks. But you just fucking drew it. Unbelievable.
Yep.
All right. Go ahead.
Draw for turn. My monsters are back online. Let's switch them to attack position. The chances that I'm about to get absolutely owned by a second inverse universe are distressingly high, but we gotta do what we gotta do. Let's go to battle phase. I'll start by attacking in with the Pandaborg.
Fuck am I getting out of this? I'll take 17.
Okay. And then I will attack with Invader.
22.
And I will attack directly with Vasky.
I got Changing Destiny.
Let's see. I either take half Vasky's attack.
No, so I take half of Vasky's
take
attack,
half
or you gain life points equal to half the attack.
Oh, this is a fun card. Okay.
This is a very poorly worded card. Also, why is Shaggy from Scooby-Doo the one making the decision?
That's
here?
a great question. Maybe that's how he got into the mystery world, because he's like a kid, right? Maybe he walks through one of those doors, and that's how he gets into all the nonsense he gets into. Anyway, I'm going to... I think if one of my attacks connects, I am going to win one way or another. So I'm actually going to gain the life points here.
I think that's correct.
And then I'll pass turn on that.
Main one. So this is in defense, by the way.
Oh, because it changes to defense. Yep.
Well, I guess I'm not dead, but I still need to, like, not lose here. I normal Pandaborg.
Interesting. Okay.
I will equip Reptilian Rage.
That is fine.
I will go to battle.
Okay.
I have to kill Vasky.
I will lair wire. Banishing.
And game 2.
Yeah, okay, there we go.
Through the fucking inverse universe. I guess you had an out anyway, because like you had layer wire, and I know you already had the shield worm gone at that point. So at the very least, it wasn't going to get me in that much of a winning position, but it's still just tilting that it was the card you drew that turn, nonetheless. We will go first and hope we actually draw some back row this time. Okay, this is a much better hand. Thank you. All right. Oh, actually, I might take that back. Best of luck, buddy. Main one, I'm going to go set 1, 2, 3, 4. Go ahead.
All right. Now you're the one with the back row. I don't like any of the set cards that could be. I am going to set a monster and 2 back row, and I will pass my turn.
You coward! I'll draw. All right. Main one. I also don't like any of the sets that could possibly be. So, question is, how do we proceed? Fuck it. I don't fear anything. Flip Pandaborg.
Okay.
Reptilian Rage.
Ooh, big boy.
Go for it.
It is the hole.
Oh, thank God it's not the Naga. All right. I was clenched when I made that attack. All right. Go ahead.
All right. Pandaborg is now one annoying asshole.
Yep.
I guess we will set a monster and pass turn.
Okay, now I'm afraid that's a Naga, so now I got to be a bit more careful. I'll go to main one. I'm going to... I kind of want to do what you did, honestly, and like check for Naga. That seemed to be the move. Let's try it. I'm going to normal summon Shield Worm.
Okay.
This is so bad. I'll hit.
Shield Worm is shifted to defense position.
Oh, that's... Fuck, it does! No! I forgot this thing has an effect. Whatever.
Would you
All
have
right.
to play another monster?
No, it's fine. Whatever. Mill your card.
Oh, I will mill my card.
Yeah, I'm going to mill the best card in your
Vasky. Oh, okay.
Ooh,
well.
on the temple for Kodaris. Okay, we'll hit. Show me the Naga.
It is Naga!
Yeah,
you got it.
okay. All right. So... I get drained. I still am at 800, though, because of the rage, which is nice. So it's not the end of the world, I guess. Misplays happened. I will pass. Just don't have fucking Vasky, please.
Draw for turn. Fortunately for you, no Vasky in hand right now. We do, however, have a pocket to kill.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I'll run into your dude. Want to inverse universe that?
Yeah, I'm thinking about it. Yeah, let's do it in damage step.
Okay. Yeah, that is fine. So Pandaborg is back up to
22.
22. All right, I will take 1,000 here. And then during my end phase, my Naga will go to attack. Which is perfectly fine by me. I am fine with making all of your monsters go to 0 after this turn.
You ready for a ruling headache, buddy?
I am absolutely ready for a ruling headache.
What happens to the modified attack stat of the Pandaborg, which is now its defense stat, courtesy of Inverse Universe. Because it had 0 attack, it was 800 plus the equip spell. But then Inverse Universe flipped it. So what is the current status of the Pandaborg?
I am guessing that it has 0 defense to its 22. It is basically Power Invader right now.
That's what I would like to hope. I just don't know. In all honesty, I have no clue. Anyway, none of this matters. I'm going to normal my own Naga.
Oh, this is going to be a great time. Okay.
Oh, it is. Yeah, we're going to sack him off.
Woo! This is going to suck. Yep.
Vasky time.
It is Vasky time.
Battle.
Okay.
2K.
Take 800.
2K, buddy. Inverse Universe.
Oh, yeah. It was face up. God damn it.
It was.
Okay, yep.
Thanks for the effect of keep going to defense. 22.
I'll take 22.
26.
I'll take 26.
Jesus, this is going fast. Go ahead, buddy.
Okay, there's a card in my deck that immediately saves me. Draw for turn. That isn't necessarily it, but it is roughly equivalent to being it. Sure. I mean, if this doesn't work, I'm boned one way or another, so I might as well try for it. I'm going to normal summon Power Invader.
That is fine. I control 2 or more monsters.
I'll equip it with Reptilian Rage.
So he's 3,000. That's pretty big.
3,000. Let's go to battle phase, and I'll attack.
You got me. I'll take 4.
Woo! Thank fucking God. Okay. Pass turn.
Okay. We'll draw. Battle.
Okay.
Shield Worm in.
Oh, I'm about to get Inverse Universe again, aren't I? All right, here we go.
I will take 1,000.
Okay.
I will activate Layer Wire.
Ah, there it is. Okay. Yeah, that will do it, because even with Reptilian Rage, I will not reduce your monster's attack enough. You got it, buddy.
Woo!
Well, my particular lineup of trap cards did not work out that time round. Let's go first and see if we can do a little bit better.
I was going to say, at least you get to go first for the first time this whole set, and that's going to give you a big advantage. So best of luck, sir. Let's see what you got.
Ooh, draw for turn. Not a terrible hand. I will set a monster and set 2 back row. And it is your turn.
All right, I'll draw. Yeah, this is not great.
Yeah, I think I am going to... I'm going to do the Naga check.
Oh my god,
signature move of the
Shredder.
episode.
Okay.
Shredder. All right, let's go to battle phase. I'll attack into your monster.
This is like a super, isn't it?
It's a common.
Oh, it was a common? Jeez, I don't think I got any copies of that. You idiot. Are you ready to face the most fearsome monster in the entire set? It is Shield Wing.
What is this? Twice per turn, this card cannot be destroyed by battle.
Secret rare, by the way. Secret rare.
Secret rare. What a secret rare to pull. Okay, main phase 2. Hell do I do with a Shield Wing?
He's kind of an asshole, right?
A little bit of an asshole.
I pulled it at first and I'm like, how is this a secret rare? This card sucks. But then I thought about it. This is sealed Showdown. So sucks has a completely different meaning.
True. It sucks for me. I'm going to pass turn.
We'll go to main 1, I guess. Normal a pocket to kill.
Okie dokie.
Try to take out Shredder.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Thankfully, that lines up very well with Inverse Universe. So if you did use it, I won that battle either way. I'll just pass. Go ahead.
Okay. Draw for turn. Ooh. Okay. Well, we could also just do this. I'm going to normal summon Magic Hole Golem.
You fucking got the Vasky. God damn it.
I will take your
Oh
Shield
my
Wing.
god.
And I will use Vasky's effect to destroy a pocket to kill.
This is like, Vasky's got to be one of the craziest fucking bombs we've had in this series. This is so
She's
good.
absolute insanity. Let's go to battle phase and I'll attack.
Like, no, like, oh, she can't attack after she does this. Yeah, she doesn't care. Doesn't matter.
She's real good.
Yeah.
I will pass turn.
I'll draw. Oh, you idiot. It's fucking over. Wait, do we still have Prio? Yeah, we do, don't we?
Yes,
oh,
we do have Prio.
You're so fucked. I activate Forgotten Temple of the Deep, and I will normal summon Kodaris.
Ooh, okay. That's going to be a problem. Okay.
Use the effect. Pop, pop.
Okay, I am going to think.
What the hell do you possibly have?
How much do I care about Kodaris is the question here.
I mean, he's 14. He literally gets ran over by everything in the set.
God, you got the guy. Okay, what do I want to do about this? God, the fact that he sends and doesn't destroy, it makes this so stupid. Yeah, that's fine.
It gets better, buddy. Kodaris is at once per turn. Let's do it again.
Oh no, I can't do the thing. Oh, I had a thing set up for this. That's okay. I'll inverse universe.
Okay,
and now
he'll
he's
go
got
to 12.
1200.
Sure.
There goes my widespread dud. Damn it. Of course you got 2 of them. I'll take it.
Fucking crazy card. I can't believe I resolved it twice. Go ahead.
Oh, it's such bullshit that you resolved it twice. Let's summon Pandaborg.
Yeah, fuck it. I don't care.
Hit me with your own inverse universe.
wish
I'll
I had
crash
it.
for days.
500.
Okay.
I wish.
Your go.
All right, we'll draw. That unfortunately worked very well in your favor, sadly. Main one, I will just set one. That was probably the coolest thing I'm doing all game, and now I'm probably losing.
Yeah, that was pretty nuts. Main one, just doing my 2000 defender check. You haven't used a single 2000 defender yet. If it's Naga, do I care that much? What do I like?
Like you said, the likelihood that it's a 2K defender heavily outweighs it being Naga. Like 12 to 3. If I'm playing all the 2K defenders.
The odds are not in my favor for dealing with a 2000 defender here. You could get Drill Warrior, but I can't stop you from getting Drill Warrior by attacking into a 2000 defender. Let's set a monster and set a back row and pass.
Okay. We'll draw. I'm feeling content. I'll just set another one and throw it back.
Okay, draw for turn. Set a monster and set a back row and pass.
He's all in, ladies and gentlemen. Main one.
You guys show me the second Kodaris and the third Forgotten Temple.
I wish I was that good at the game. That would be amazing. Problem with Pandaborg is that it just doesn't go away. You just keep getting more of them.
True.
It's frustrating. Fuck it. We'll bring out the Power Invader.
There he be.
Let's go for the Panda.
I will take 500 here.
Okay. Are you gonna pay
Actually,
another
I
8?
will take 1300.
Yep.
Yeah. And we will summon ourselves Pandaborg 2.0.
He's here. I'll pass.
All right, draw for turn. Oh, that's pretty good. Yeah, let's activate Reptilian Rage and equip it to Pandaborg.
Shit. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Okay, let's go to battle and attack into Power Invader.
So this is 25 to my 22, so I take 300.
That is correct, and I will pass the turn.
We'll draw. Let's run out our own Pandaborg.
Oh boy, it's here.
I'm gonna start hitting some of these. I want to see what we got.
It's Naga.
Okay, so I'm gonna go to 0, and in main phase 2, we'll set a 4th back row and pass it to you.
Okay, let's draw for turn. Let's start by going to battle phase and attacking in with Pandaborg.
So your Panda's 25, kind of big. Yes, I'll take 33.
Big guy.
Get another Panda.
Sounds good to me. Main phase 2. Let's normal summon a shield worm and have it go to defense and mill you a card.
Sure.
Okay, I'll take it. And that is my turn. And Naga goes to attack.
Yes, Naga goes to attack. We'll draw. That is so infuriating. Main one. As much as I would like to clock you for 17, I don't know if I can afford my Panda going down to 0. I think I have to put the Panda sideways, set 1, throw it back.
Okay, well, let's draw for turn. We keep trying this. Let's go into battle, and I'll attack in with Pandaborg.
Sure.
And it appears that you are not activating it.
That is correct.
Main phase 2, I will normal summon Shield Worm number 2. Let's mill you again.
Okay.
I'll take it. Your go.
I'll draw. I think I just have to pass.
Okay. All right, draw for turn. I think I have to start trying to get aggressive here. I am on the field advantage. I'm going to attack into your first phase.
Oh, that was a good hit. That was a good hit.
That is fine. And then, yeah, main phase 2, I will set a back row. It is your go.
All right. There are several cards that do it. That is not one of them. Oh, my God. All right. Well, I got to think about how I'm doing this. So your panda's down to 8.
Correct.
Still has some attack points because of the rage. Fuck it. Flip him up.
Okay.
Rage him up.
There it is. Reptilian Rage. Okay.
Let's do it.
That is fine. Do I have a response to this? Damn, I really lost that 50-50, didn't I?
You did. You're still not in a bad position, but that helped give me an opening.
That's honestly... You know what? Sure. That is perfectly fine. I will take the damage. That's 1,700 here, and then you lose 800. Your Pandaborg loses 800 due to Reptilian Rage's effect.
Correct. So basically nullifies the Reptilian Rage, funny enough.
Yeah, and I will not be activating Pandaborg here.
Okay, also only on 2 pandas, or that's the third one right there. It was fun while it lasted. I will go to end phase, and my Naga will go to attack.
True, I will draw for turn. Both pretty decent ones. Let's just shift our shield worms to attack.
Got it.
And go into battle. I'm going to attack into Naga with shield worm number 1.
I'm going to speed this up
like
for you, buddy. I'll inverse
Okay,
universe.
all right. Okay. Oh, I finally won one. Holy shit. Oh,
No
the
insects.
triple lair wire.
No insects. I had no shield worms. I was like, it's too good not to play, but I was not expecting to draw fucking 3 of them with no way to actually use them. So
yeah, I actually only mained 2, and I sided into the third with a copy of Fire Ant because I thought it was going to be good against Drill Warrior.
you were giving me so many opportunities too. Like when your shield worm milling me for 1, I'm like, please just hit a shield worm so I can kill this fucking panda, and it just didn't happen. Oh, Reptilian Gardener. Okay. No.
Yeah.
So part of me was thinking, when I did the blowout with Kodaris and the Forgotten Temple, I was like, maybe I should have just held the other temple just in case I draw the second Kodaris, because then normal that, blow up the panda, blow up like Naga, I guess, or whatever. And then at least that's cleared, and then panda plus rage can get in. But drawing 1 Kodaris in like 22 cards, I just thought was super unlikely. It was actually several turns ago. It was like 1 in 28, so I figured that was just not happening. But I got to double resolve Kodaris, which I probably never going to get to do
again. You absolutely did what I was too cowardly to keep. I had 2 Kodaris, 2 Forgotten Temple in the main deck, and I sided them out games 2 and 3 because I realized game 2 when I drew into double Temple without any Kodaris that it was just too slow for me.
It's funny.
So I went into Shredder, even though it's like an objectively worse card for those combos, because it's a dude, which Kodaris barely is.
1 sec, hold on. Keep recording. My thing crashed. It's still filming. It's just the program. Okay. Sorry, George. Continuing. I'm really frustrated because I actually sided them in. I had them in the sideboard, and I realized after the way those first 2 games went, I just want to have as much removal as possible, just because dealing with Voski and dealing with just some of these annoying ass cards like Naga and like Pandaborg, I just want as much live removal as humanly possible. And so I'm like, screw it. I think I took out I don't even remember what I took out, honestly, but I just figured having for how long this game could go, which this one went pretty long. We're like halfway through our decks,
True.
right? I figured there was a good shot I would at least with 2 Kodaris. I was actually on 3 Temple just to maximize my chance of seeing it. I've done crazier stuff with Geminis and stuff, so I figured that this isn't that ridiculous. that because it's a 1 for 2 as well, it just seemed like the value was too good not to try it. And it was great. I just had no good follow-up because I had triple fucking layer wire as well. And it sucked too because I had changing destiny to like negate an attack, but I couldn't get rid of any back row.
I will say, game 1, I am shocked you left Drill Warrior on the field, because if you had banished it, I wouldn't have had the opportunity to put Vasky on the board, and then I would have been just dealing with a Drill Warrior every single turn, attacking directly.
I suppose. I guess my theory was, like, whatever. You needed to exactly have, like, that to out it, I felt. There wasn't, like, many other, like, just your turn main 1 things you can do to out it, and Vasky's also, I don't know how many Vaskys you pulled, but I only pulled 1.
I pulled 3.
Oh, okay. Well, in that case, yeah, I guess I assumed your rare luck would be per usual, and you would pull like 1 or none.
My luck was opposite. My hollows were a Witch of the Black Rose and 2 copies of Saberhole.
Excellent.
And Jack all else,
Excellent.
and I pulled 3 Vasky.
Great. Well, I mean, you had the 3 Vasky, so I guess I should have assumed there was a chance you could have had it, but I don't know. Yeah, that was a misplay on my part, I suppose. I guess there was no reason, like, not to do it. Just, like, thinking about what was in my hand that game. I just assumed, whatever. Like, he's not going to out it, and then you outed it. So that's on me. You took a shit ton of damage, though, so that was fun.
I took a shit ton of damage. And you summoned Drill Warrior. What all was in your extra deck?
Oh, buddy. What wasn't in my extra deck? So you saw the Drill Warrior. These are both Chimeras. I just put those into fuck with you.
Mine was also a Chimera.
I pulled, you didn't see this part of my deck because I never showed any of it off. I pulled Moondragon as well.
Ooh,
so
nice.
I had the Supes in my deck because to go with the Apocatequil, I was like, all right, like, I identified with Inverse Universe. The Synchros are like the best cards with Inverse Universe because their attack and defense stats are actually like almost identical. So with Inverse Universe, they're most likely not going to die. Yeah, sure, they still lose like Widespread Dud and Layer Wire, but anything does, you know? But Inverse Universe specifically, my thought was, okay, if I can just turbo out a Synchro, the likelihood of me losing to Inverse Universe just immediately gets dropped. So that's why I just, went straight into Drill Warrior as fast as possible. I had opportunities where I had the things to make Keela, but I just wasn't able to get both of them on the field, which is the big issue with that combo, is that you can't just like, I guess I could bluff set Supe and then try to summon a Pocket and hope that that's good enough, but not many protection cards in this set. I also pulled Majestic Red Dragon. I wasn't going to actually do anything with it, but, I threw that in there just in case I wanted to have fun with it. But I wasn't even playing Majestic Dragon anywhere in my list. So I just had the maximized extra deck just to fuck with you.
For sure. Well, you had to play it for the memes, and I finally overcame my RJ luck and swapped places, and it finally did it for me.
This was a good set, though. Like, I would play this again. This was fun.
Absolutely.
So guys, that's going to wrap it up for another video. I really hope you all enjoyed. Let's go ahead and shout the patrons for all of their continued support. So shoutouts to Shadow1317, Moto, Tim00x3, Cameron Smith, MBT Play Madolce, Chaotic Meatball Part 2, Pony Starks, The Synchro Guy, Dan the Man Hoban, I Ship MBT and Simo, Draconic Phoenix the Immortal, Jordan Coons, Iron Bladesman, Jesse Wood, Chris Hood, David Liu, Dylan Hunter, Cody Bretz, John Two-Base, Extremely Vulgar Man, Brody Eastwood, Zerius Business, MBT Caught Injecting His Fairy Lily, Carlos DT, Flannel Daddy, Valen Jackson, Hornet, Aren't You Glad I Didn't Say Alpha Tribute Ben 10, TC Gaming, thanks for the sleeve stat, Matthew Brady, Max, Twinkle Muncher, Eater of Crayons, Luabon, Yodabon, Helios 515, Simo's Chaos Cooking Draft, MBT funding the Iris with his Rothschild Wealth, that's his Roth IRA, Simping for Simo, Stolfin Amethyst, Nicholas Carpenter, Simo's Harem of Sexy Yugi Tubers, LGMBTQ, Nim Noodle, Malabranch of the Burning Tunnel, Stella and Zoa Vermilion, Wonder Waffle, James Keen, Skull Servant, and The Wandering Doomed are boyfriends. MBT cancel by all community soon, cancel by all committee soon, cancel by all players soon. Not reading cards makes the game interesting, and you know it. The MBT and MBT Yu-Gi-Oh! Stands for Morbin Time, The Undertaker versus Simo and MBT, Dalton, Hunter Reed, Shrug, Zyx, The Crystal Beast Enthusiast, ITF, Corvain, Dark Echo, TG Starman, Seamoose Engage, Viso the V, Wacky Waving, Arm Flailing Inflatable 2 Men selling crudely painted not so funny plywood cutout folk art, and hatformat.com. Thank you so much for watching the video, and we will see you next time.